Welcome to Living in Philadelphia Suburbs. My name's Neil, and today we're going to discuss VA loans and what they mean for you, either a retired, former, or active service member or service family. This is your opportunity to realize your dreams of home ownership. These loans are unique, and I'm going to give you 6 features that make these unique. So what exactly is a VA loan? Well, in 1944, the Servicemen's Readjustment Act, which is commonly referred to as the GI Bill, established home loans for returning servicemen to allow them to re-enter society. Since 1944, the VA has guaranteed over 25 million loans. That's a huge number, and it's really changed the face of America, I think, by helping an active service people purchase their homes. We're going to go over 6 benefits of these loans and make them unique, and they're really great. So let's get right down to number 1. What's it mean, no down payment? As you know from previous videos of mine, the average home price in the Colonial School District right now is $500,000. On a conventional mortgage that would require 20% down, simple arithmetic tells you that's $100,000. Plus, you need closing costs, which are what? Maybe $25,000 more, and you have to pay for moving, and maybe you got to buy some more furniture, and maybe you need a new fridge, and on it goes. That's a lot of money. With a VA loan, there is no down payment required. Now, you're going to have to pay the closing costs, but many of the closing costs can be rolled into the principal amount of the mortgage. So things like appraisal fees and taxes have to be paid, but a lot of these other fees that on a conventional mortgage would be required out of pocket are not. And that's a huge advantage of a VA loan. The second benefit of VA loans are extremely competitive interest rates. So the rates are lower than almost any other loan out there. The one loan you could get that would be possibly have a lower rate would be from your uncle. But if your uncle doesn't have a few $100,000 to write you a check, then maybe the VA loan's a better alternative. Why are the rates lower on the VA loan? Because they're guaranteed by the Veterans Administration, and that's worth money. The loans are actually not made by the Veteran Administration. They're made by the regular lenders, the banks, big mortgage companies, the Wall Street guys, but they're guaranteed by the Veterans Administration. And if traditionally, when you look at the rates, these will be, if not the lowest, some of the very lowest available to you. So it's a great advantage. Benefit number 3, no private mortgage insurance, what they call PMI. You know, if you look at the FHA loans with the 3% down payment, they seem like a great deal. But on a $500,000 house in Colonial School District, the fee, just the fee for the private mortgage insurance on an FHA loan is $8,750. You have to pay that. And your ongoing premium payment for the mortgage insurance is about $4,000 a year, which works out to about $350 extra a month. So in the first year, you're looking at an additional $13,000. You can buy a lot of refrigerators, a lot of groceries, and a lot of furniture for $13,000. So no private mortgage insurance is a great benefit. The other thing you have to be aware of with an FHA loan is the private mortgage insurance never goes away. In a lot of loans with a low down payment, the mortgage insurance goes away when you reach a certain level of equity in the house. With the FHA, that doesn't happen. The mortgage insurance runs for the life of the loan, so it's extremely costly. The fourth benefit of a VA loan is there's flexible credit requirements. You know, if you go straight to a bank, they want you to have golden credit. I always say that the banks only lend money to people who don't need loans. But with the VA loan, the credit requirements are extremely flexible. Now, they're pretty much determined by lender itself, but in general, VA loans are available to people with credit scores as low as 600s. And as you know a little bit about credit, 600 is a relatively low credit score. If you're working to build your credit, or you had some bad credit and you're working with someone to fix it up, the VA loan very well might be available to you, and that's really a good thing. The fifth benefit of a VA loan are the loan limits. Now, it goes by state and county, but in this Pennsylvania, except for one county, which we don't do any business in, the loan limit for a VA loan is $766,550. Let me repeat that. $766,550. The average home in Colonial School District is $500,000, which at 766, that means with a VA loan, you could probably buy almost any house you see in the suburbs of Philadelphia. That's a huge benefit. Benefit number 6. VA loans are assumable. Now, what does that mean? What an assumable loan is a loan that the next buyer can take over. Now, does that happen very often? No, because think about it. If you've lived in a house for 10 years, you've paid down the mortgage, and the difference between the mortgage balance and the sale price is going to be pretty big. But it's a possibility, particularly maybe if you just moved recently in the last year or two, and for some reason you're jammed up, you get transferred, something like that. If you have a lower cost VA loan, new buyer can take it over. Most mortgages have what they call a due on sale clause. And what the due on sale clause says is that if ownership is transferred, the mortgage is due. And that's what happens at the closing table when the title clerk, who in Pennsylvania usually runs the transaction, will cut a check to the seller's mortgage company and clear that loan off. And then you have to start new as the buyer. So that's a big advantage. There's also something called interest rate reduction refi loan. Well, what's that mean with the VA? That means if interest rates go down, which we're hoping they will, you can refi your loan with no further qualification. If you've never owned a house, you don't think about that. But I tried to refi a house once years ago when the interest rates had come down, and I talked to my mortgage company bank, and they told me if I paid them $5,000, they would look into it and tell me how much additional I would have to pay them to redo my mortgage. Well, thanks a lot. And that's the way banks are. They're in the business of making money with your money. The VA is there to help you as a veteran, as a service person, an active duty, or a military family to purchase your dream home. That's what this is all about. And this refi, that's why with high interest rates that we have now, there's no need to hesitate. Now is the time to act. You can get your kids into some of the best schools in the country. You can start building equity in your own home. You can start building net worth. You can start building that generational wealth that really, truly is the American dream. And you can do it all with the help of the Veterans Administration. Now, these loans are not complicated, but there's certain paperwork that's required. And what I would do is urge you to communicate with your real estate agent, who should be me, because I have some great mortgage people I work with who know the ins and outs of the VA loans like the back of their hand. Our job always is to help you make a smooth move in the Philly suburbs. And with the VA loan, you don't have to put it off. You can do it now. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, high loan limit, $766,000, super competitive interest rates, the ability to refi when interest rates come down at no cost, and what else? You'll have your own house. Let's get started. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. There's no time to wait. There's no time to hesitate. Now's the time to take action. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.